I'm Sara, and I got in this battle about 3.5, 4 years ago when I could see that our country is becoming very lawless and very dangerous. Our rights come from our Creator, and they are unalienable. We have the right to life, liberty, property, pursuit of happiness, and the right to liberty is paramount to all those things, because if you do not have freedom, what good is life, your property? They're going to take it from you. We're basically dealing with a bunch of bullies, a gang, a mob, and they all stick together, and if you stand up for yourself or anyone else, they come after you. I started speaking out at school board meetings about 3.5 years ago because I could see what was happening in the schools and to the children. And our children are our most vulnerable. They're the most precious to God. So it's very important that we protect them and we protect their minds from psychological abuse. When I did start speaking out, unfortunately, my husband, who was a big coward, started calling me crazy and told me I was thinking too much, and ended up violent. He turned our kids against me, and he filed for divorce. So I had seen my friends go through divorce before, and I knew that it was looked like just a money grab for the attorneys. I could see that the attorneys pit the two, the husband and wife against each other and try to get as much money out of them as possible. In fact, I've heard stories where the husband and wife have been so, I guess, tweaked that the husband has actually killed his spouse, and so people have actually died because of the way the attorneys psychologically abuse the clients, and the court system does as well. So when I witnessed firsthand going into the courtrooms for the first time exactly what was going on in there and how bad the abuse is. It definitely is psychological abuse. The judge on the case that, on my divorce case, which I stood up there and told him flat out he had no authority over me, which in reality he does not. But because the courts are so corrupt, the judges do whatever they want. He basically told me to pound salt. So they do whatever they want. It doesn't matter what you say in there. They will take everything from you, and whoever's going to pay the most money is going to win. My rights were violated. I didn't do anything wrong. I was actually a very good parent. My husband, on the other hand, is a coercive controller. He was given, basically, the judge awarded full custody of my children to him and my house, or my home. I was kicked out of my home, and it was a terrible experience. Through my divorce, my husband went mad, basically, called the police on me several times. I had to hide in the bushes because the police are very abusive too. I did not want to end up in the jails because I knew how bad the jails were, and that women get raped in there. It's definitely not a place for women. If men are getting beaten, it's even worse for a woman in there. So I can't tell you enough that you need to get involved. You can't just sit home on your couch and, like Janice said, don't think that it won't happen to you, because it will. I have never, once in my life I had a ticket where I rolled a stop sign, which wasn't even anything bad. So I don't have a record. I am not a criminal. I never break the law, but here I am, and now I'm in the system, and it looks like I'm some kind of criminal when I am not. I'm being treated as such, and I've been psychologically abused by this system. So, and they're making more and more laws that are actually violate your rights each day. There's so many, what they want to call laws on the books, that are unconstitutional, that take away your freedom. So if you don't stand up and say something and speak out the truth, you're going to get your rights taken away. If you can't stand up to your bully and fight your bully, no one else is going to fight your bully for you. So you better learn how to fight your bully.
So the people that are watching and that follow me, when I posted the video of Aldo, you were the one who was taking that video.
Yes.
So all of you watching, this is the courageous woman that stood up to that big bully.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to tell me why you were there that day?
We were out there because our friend Victor had been unlawfully arrested at the court hearing on that Monday, July 15th, as Janice was there too. Actually, not only was Janice grabbed by Rupert, but he grabbed me as well. He grabbed two women and was dragging both of us out of the court and slammed us up against the wall. Luckily, I guess, with my big mouth, I said some things to him that he let me go and was able to get away. And so we were out there protesting the arrest of Victor that week, and also trying to spread awareness of what was going on in the courts and the jails, interviewing people, talking to them, trying to get the word out. Obviously, since we were exposing them, they did not like us being out there, and that's when the sheriff's deputies came out to try to basically tell us we weren't allowed to talk here, but we could talk way over there. So now they want to even, your right to, your First Amendment right to free speech, free and truthful speech, they want to now say where you're allowed to talk about that, when and where you can do it, which is totally unconstitutional. And lo and behold, the sheriff's deputy that came out that day was old Mark Rupert, my friend from Monday, who slammed me up against the wall, which I think nothing happens by coincidence. So I got to jaw at him again, which I thoroughly enjoyed that day. But it's sad because, and as I was talking to him, and I asked what his name badge said, M. Rupert. I said, "What's your name?" "Mike." And he's like, and he reels off his badge number. I said, "Oh, so you're a number." I said, "You're a number? That's what you are? You're just a number in the system." So what I can see is he's definitely, not everyone who's been abused becomes an abuser. That's a choice. And he's being abused by the system as well. The judges sit up there, they're high and mighty, they make millions of dollars. They're using the police and the sheriff's deputies to do the dirty work. So they stay, high and mighty. Everybody thinks they're so great. "Oh, I know Judge so-and-so, he's such a wonderful person," but he's really not. And meanwhile, the police are getting abused because they're getting sent out here. It's getting more dangerous for the police to do their job because they're letting crime run amok here, criminals run amok. They are the criminals, and the police don't get paid that much to do their job, so they're actually getting abused by the people that are, ruling over them. Meanwhile, we pay the police. We're paying them with our tax dollars, so we're paying the police to police us. The judges are telling them what to do and abusing them, and then the police turn around and abuse us when they throw us in jail. So it's an incomplete abuse system. It's a system of abuse. So I was like, what are you going to do here, police? Are you going to keep being abused by your rulers, by the judges who tell you go do this, go lock this person up, but don't lock that person up? Because you're not making any friends with we the people by doing that. You're not going to have any friends on either side. So you better decide which side you want to be on. You want to be on the right side, or are you going to keep being on the wrong side? You better make a decision. Are you going to keep being abused and keep being bullied by these judges? Or are you going to stand up for yourself, and are you going to stand up for the people?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.